Good morning, student. Today we will discuss about the types of single phase induction motor. In previous lectures, we have studied about three phase induction motor and single phase induction motor, construction and working. We know that we have discussed about single phase induction motor that it is not self-starting. So to start the single phase induction motor, there are various techniques, and based on this technique, single phase induction motor are classified as follows. These four are the types of single phase induction motor according to the starting method. First one is split phase induction motor. Second is capacitor start induction motor. Third is capacitor start, capacitor run induction motor, and last is steady pull induction motor. So we will start with the first type, split phase induction motor. So here, this is a diagram of split phase single phase induction motor, and this is the phasor diagram. Okay. See here, there are two windings. This winding is known as main winding, and this is auxiliary winding. Auxiliary winding is also known as starting winding. Okay, this is the rotor. Here, this both these windings are connected across the voltage V. Okay, so this is the construction. So two windings, namely main winding and starting winding, or we can say that auxiliary winding, are connected in parallel across voltage V. Main winding is designed for high inductance, low resistance, while starting winding is designed for low inductance, high resistance. See here, this is centrifugal switch. Okay. Here, this switch is connected in series with starting winding, auxiliary winding. See here in figure, this switch is connected in series with the auxiliary winding. Okay. Centrifugal switch is one type of automatically operated mechanical switch which is normally closed. It operates when speed of motor reaches up to 70% of its normal speed. Here, switch remains closed, but it is open when rotor starts to rotate and its speed reaches up to 70%. So this is the construction. Now, working. When single phase supply voltage is given to the motor, current flowing through the main winding, and that current lags voltage by an angle phi. See here. When this supply voltage V is given to this motor, here current through the main winding. See in the diagram, this is the current in the main winding. It lags the voltage V by phi because this is RL circuit. So current, we know that current in RL circuit always lags the voltage by some angle. Similarly, when current flowing through the starting winding lags supply voltage by some angle phi s. So current in the starting winding, all auxiliary winding, see in the diagram, this IS lags voltage V by some angle phi s. Okay, and this is the resultant current. Resultant current we can draw by the this parallelogram, and this is diagonal represent the resultant current I. So due to the phase difference between two currents, net torque will produce on rotor, and hence rotor will start to rotate. But when speed of rotor reaches up to 70% of its normal speed, this switch will operate, which will disconnect starting winding from the circuit. Now rotor will run continuously with main winding. See here, again I repeat that working from that figure. When we give supply voltage, current through the main winding leaks voltage V by phi m. Current through the starting winding leaks voltage V by phi s. But resultant current produce torque on rotor, and when that speed of rotor reaches up to 70%, this switch becomes open. So it disconnects this starting winding from the circuit. Okay, and rotor will continuously rotate. So application of single phase split phase induction motor, fans, blowers, lathe machines, mixer, grinders. These are the applications. Now we will see the second type, capacitor start induction motor. Keep in mind that in all the types, in primary three types, these two windings are exactly at 90 degree. See here in the construction, here main winding and auxiliary winding are connected as same in split phase induction motor. Here capacitor is connected in series with the auxiliary winding. Centrifugal switch is also there. Okay. Here capacitor is connected in series with auxiliary winding to produce phase difference between two currents. Current through the main winding IM and current through the starting winding IS. So as shown in figure, two windings, main winding and starting winding are connected in parallel with supply voltage V, as we have discussed in earlier type of split phase induction motor. So both the windings are displaced by 90. Here capacitor and switch are connected in series with auxiliary winding. Here this sentence is repeated. Centrifugal switch is one of type of automatically operated switch which is normally closed, but it operates when speed of motor reaches up to 70% of its normal speed. So function of centrifugal switch is same for both these types. Now we'll see the working. So when single phase supply is given to the motor, current in main winding IN drawn by main winding leaks voltage by V, voltage V by some angle, and current IS drawn by auxiliary winding leads voltage V by certain angle. So here two currents IM and IS are out of phase with each other by near 80 to 90 degree compared to 30 for split phase induction motor. See here, you can see in the figure. See, see here in the figure. Current to the main winding. This is the current to the starting winding, but here capacitor is connected in series. See here capacitor is present, that's why this current IS in starting winding leads voltage V. This is the difference between that split phase induction motor and capacitor start induction motor. Here IS leads voltage V by some angle phi s, and current IM leads voltage V by angle phi m. So here is the resultant current. Okay. So we have discussed when supply voltage is given to this motor, current IM flowing through the main winding and current IS flowing through the auxiliary winding. So these two currents IM and IF are out of phase with each other by nearly 90 degrees. In case of split phase induction motor, this angle is nearer about 30. So the resultant current I is small and almost in phase with supply voltage V and causes motor to start. Now motor starts to rotate. When motor has picked up the speed, centrifugal switch or relay operates and opens the auxiliary winding circuit. So we can say that auxiliary winding can be disconnected from the circuit, and the motor is so named because it uses capacitor only for the purpose of starting. So here capacitor is used for the purpose of starting, but here the starting torque of capacitor start motor is of range of 3 to 4 times than split phase motor. These are applications. Capacitor start motors are used for loads of higher inertia where frequent starts are required. So these are suitable for pumps and compressors, and therefore they are widely used in refrigeration and in air conditioner compressors. Also used for conveyors and some machine tools. So these are application of capacitor start induction motor. Now we will move towards the third type, capacitor run single phase induction motor. First of all, we will see the difference between capacitor start induction motor and capacitor run single phase induction motor. See here, construction is same, but here centrifugal switch is not used. Capacitor is permanently connected in series with this auxiliary winding. Here centrifugal switch is not used. It is also known as permanent capacitor induction motor. So this motor is similar to capacitor start motor, except that starting winding and capacitors are connected in circuit all the times due to absence of centrifugal switch. So this is the main difference between capacitor start induction motor and capacitor run single phase induction motor. Here, vector diagram is also remains same. See here, so it can be seen that it consists of two windings. Similarly, we have used in capacitor start induction motor main winding and auxiliary winding, which is connected in parallel with supply voltage V. Okay. In this type of motor, this switch is not used. Centrifugal switch is not used. And due to the absence of that switch, motors give smooth operation and improved power factor. As capacitor remains permanently in this motor is also known as permanent split capacitor run motor. It produces uniform torque and motor is less noisy during operation. This is advantage of capacitor run induction motor. Now we will see the working. Working is same as capacitor start induction motor. When single phase supply is given to the motor, current flowing through the main winding lags supply voltage by angle phi, as we have discussed in previous type. Current flowing through the auxiliary winding leads voltage by phi due to the presence of capacitor. So due to the phase difference between two currents, net torque will produce on rotor and rotor will start to rotate. This is simple working of capacitor run induction motor, but it has advantages that we know that from the construction, centrifugal switch is not required. It has higher power factor because of permanently connected capacitor. And these are the applications of capacitor run induction motor. These motors can be used where low starting torque is required, such as air moving equipments, fans, and blowers. These three are the types of single phase induction motor. Now we will see the last type is shaded pole induction motor. This is the figure of shaded pole induction motor. See in the figure. So this is stator, outer side is stator. This is rotor. See here, these two are poles. These poles are divided in two parts. Here is the shading coil. This is shading coil. These are stator windings. Both these are stator winding. Okay. It has coil cage rotor. Every stator pole is divided in two parts by keeping a small slot in pole case, and copper ring is fitted on smaller part. So this is the coil is wounded on the smaller part. Copper ring looks like shading band. This coil is also look like shading band. When stator winding carries current, main poles produce flux phi. This flux link with the shading band. See here, when we give supply to the stator winding, it produces main flux phi, and this flux links with this shading band. So flux link in the shading band, and this band acts as a shortwave secondary. Stator winding being its primary. So here, stator winding behaves as primary winding, and this coil or shading band acts as a secondary winding. So circulating currents induced in shading coil because of induced voltage. Induced currents produce flux in shaded portion, which opposes the main flux. Again, I revise. When we give supply to the stator windings, it produces flux phi. But this flux links with this coil, and due to that flux, voltage also produced in this secondary coil or shaded band, and this opposes the main flux phi. So induced current produces the flux in shaded portion, which opposes the main flux phi. Now we will see the operation in detail. See here, this is the varying flux. Here we discuss the three case. So at time t1 during A to B, up to this time t1 from A to B, flux will change from 0 to certain value, but as inductance of copper ring will oppose this change, most of the flux passes through the unshaded part. So resultant is in unshaded part, because the flux in shaded part phi s opposes the main flux phi m, as we have discussed earlier. This is indicated in this figure. So all the flux through this part, unshaded part, little flux through this shaded part, and resultant flux is here. Now we will see the second portion from B to C. So during B to C, current remains in approximately same. So induced EMF and flux phi s are negligible. So resultant flux is almost at center of pole. So it has shifted in figure B. See here, we will see in this figure. Now from B to C, current remains same. Okay. All the flux is in these windings, but it moves towards this side at the center of the pole. In this figure, the resultant flux is here, but now it will shift towards the center of the pole from B to C. Now from C to D, current decreases, but induced current and flux phi s tries to oppose this change. So most of the flux will pass through the shaded part and resultant flux lies in shaded part. See in figure C. Now, all the flux passes through this shaded part. This is the shaded part. Okay. So here resultant flux is in the shaded part. It is happen from this position. We will see in the from this C to D. Okay. So from C to D, resultant flux is in shaded part. So we can see that from these three cases that resultant flux moves further. So this continuous and resultant field rotates from unshaded part to shaded part, hence rotor rotates in same direction. Such motor develops low starting torque and it has low power factor, but it is cheaper in cost, which is advantage of this shaded pole induction motor. So advantage is it's simple construction, it is cheap. Disadvantage is low starting torque, low power factor compared to the capacitor start and capacitor induction motor. And applications: table fans, exhaust fans, hair dryer, electronic equipment, and cooling fans. So this is all about the types of single phase induction motor. Again, I repeat the four types. First is split phase induction motor. Second is capacitor start induction motor. Third is capacitor run induction motor. And last is we have discussed shaded pole induction motor. Thank you.